All right, so the last part of the anatomy of a content plan. This is specifically page refreshes. This means you're taking existing pages on your website, whether that's your existing products, your best performing ones, existing collection pages. It could be a landing page. It could be your core service pages. But you're basically going to be adding in those most asked questions that Google's looking for and tacking them on usually to the very bottom. This could be underneath all the reviews of your product, underneath everything, like right above the footer, basically. You're going to tack them all there and make sure they're marked as H2s. So we're going to get into that really quickly. Well, this is more of an e-commerce example, but I will show some SaaS examples here in a second. But basically, it just has your whole product, the features and benefits, the UGC, the reviews, testimonials, and then we sneak it down here at the bottom. And we say 5% because we've heat mapped these, and only 5% of visitors ever make it down there. And it's just like, it's so rare. But Google is crawling the entire page equally and with uniform value. So those bottom of page content actually does perform very, very well when you nail the right questions. And these questions are going to be the exact ones that I showed you, for example, whenever you research different topics. So let me explain. Itsy Ritsy. They sell diaper bags for new parents, for ultimately for parents, period. They sell men's and they sell women's versions, and they're a really cool company. But I say all that to say, they came to us and they didn't rank at all for diaper bag whatsoever, which is insane. Diaper bag or diaper backpack. I think they were like on the 5th or 6th page, which is crazy because they're like the biggest company that's doing this. So all we had to do was take one of their most valuable pages, this main core diaper bag backpack product, and just add the right questions that Google was missing to make it rank. And we did that, and we put them in at the very bottom, underneath the reviews, underneath everything, right here. And we basically made these branded. Can I use a backpack as a diaper bag? What are the benefits of using this diaper bag over traditional? What are the best practices for packing a diaper bag? Why our diaper bag is the ultimate choice for busy parents. If you Google diaper bag for parents, you'll find a lot of these very similar questions, and you'll find them right here. Should a dad have a diaper bag? What should we carry in it? How do we pack it? Is it necessary? Is it okay to use it as a purse? How many years do you use it? Is it just a backpack? When should you stop using them? Like, there's so many questions that we can basically answer that are so critical. Let's try diaper backpack for parents as well. And you get the exact same questions, if not just slightly tuned up, if we can find them. So, and even down here, it kind of covers, again, other different topics we could definitely cover. But that's what I mean by it's so critical to make sure we're answering these questions. So answering the exact questions that we basically need to have for busy parents. I'm going to try that. Busy parents, and see what we can find. But the whole goal is to basically kind of pull out, and even this, like looking at Reddit to try to find what people are talking about. Like, there's a reason that Google is ranking these pages. But even going deep into these pages and actually looking at this, you can actually see like why that they like these. And so it's really, really this. That one had a laptop sleep, for example. So like, it's really important that we basically talk about all this stuff and that we're pulling all these things out. And here we go. This is what I was looking for. Things to know. What's best for parent, best for multiple kids, most functional. Like all these little elements that Google shows you are critical ways to help us understand why Google is ranking these pages. So by basically compiling this information and putting it in an FAQ at the very bottom in an H2 format, it's going to allow these to rank very, very well. You can see it right there, H2. So super cool. So that is basically how we get these pages to rank. That's a page refresh. We can do this as well for SaaS companies. For example, @Data, they sell like all kinds of crazy email-based fraud prevention and detection services, but one of their services is email append, for example, just grabbing this one. And you can see where we did the exact same thing. This is a service page talking about what they do, how they do it, and boom, right down there. Why is it important for modern businesses? Like, what are the challenges? How do we do it specifically? What makes it special? Like, these are all questions we pulled from Google, from their various pages they're currently ranking, and tacked this content on right here to the very bottom of this page. And that's a critical way that we can ultimately tell Google that, hey, we care about our users, we care about what people are searching for, we care about getting them all the right information and to sneak it onto these pages. We do it across the board. We do it a lot for e-commerce because it's very, very simple for us to add this in and for it to make a really massive impact. But we always put it right underneath. We even call out our sources too. We put it right underneath all the different reviews, all of everything. So what are CB and gummies? How do they improve sleep? What are the key benefits? What are the ingredients, in them? How do we make them have the best results? So it goes on and on, but The example is very straightforward. Like even talking about protein powder and tacking these on down here, you can also write it like this, like a full blog. This actually performs the best, but obviously doesn't look the best. For some brands, they don't necessarily care because they've also heat mapped their pages and they know that no one's going down past the reviews, and that's actually works out. So to be honest, actually putting the long form copy is the best because it's just not hidden at all. Users don't have to click to find it. So Google puts a higher priority on it. But it's always important to balance SEO with brand. And so you kind of get in the middle and you nail it. And that's what's super critical to make sure that you're working with your marketing team and your brand team to really kind of bring it together to really push exactly how you want to show this content. You could have asked me this a year ago if this performed better significantly than the collapse ones, and I would have told you, yes, it did. We ran this test again earlier this year, and it's less of a difference. This still performs better because it's immediately rendering on the page when Google crawls it. But this still also performs very, very good. So I would definitely at least add this if you can't add anything else. But if you just want to test it, I would say test it yourself. Throw one with long form, another product with shorter form collapsed, and see what happens. But this is super critical. The page refresh is a really good way to get quick and easy wins. Meaning that these pages are old. They probably already have a lot of your referring domains or your backlinks going to these core product pages or core landing pages or core service pages, or even just your homepage. If you're a local business, like call out all the different things people are looking for in your area, right? So it's really critical just to add on extra copy. Like you really cannot lose by adding on extra copy to your page unless it's just very much like garbled copy. Just as long as you put a little bit of thought into it, then it will perform very, very well. And it'll help show Google that you care about the users, that you're revitalizing your page and you're breathing new life into it. And also just a little extra helpful tip, whenever you're doing this, also re-update the metas and titles. Super critical that you do that because that also gives Google another reason of why they should re-rank you. And make sure your metas and titles are really hammering that same keyword that we're focusing on. Diaper bag backpack, diaper bag backpack. In the meta and title, I can assure you it also says diaper bag backpack very, very clearly. So it's really important that you update all these different pages, and you can even go through and do this quarterly and add new questions to it, add new copy to it, add new metas and titles. This will have a massive impact because you're giving Google all the right signals that you care about your users and you care about how people are finding you, and making sure that Google's customers, their searchers, are armed with all the information they need to make a buying decision, whether it's top of funnel or bottom of funnel. Those answers are right there, and we deciphered them by looking at the search results directly. Really important to note. So I hope this was super helpful, but these are all the considerations of why we have these different types of the content plan. So now let's put all of this together and let's go through it together and let's see how we can build our own content plan. See you in the next video.